You guys remember this infamous meme interview?
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Very straightforwardly, we're going to be taking this logic and we're going to be applying it to all of the characters that were released in 2024. But there's a twist. After that, I'm going to do the exact same thing to all of the characters released in 2023. Because I'm genuinely curious if we just having, a bad year, or if this is just the way that things are and I haven't realized it and, we're kind of overreacting about one or two bad characters like Doom and Apocalypse, whatever. Listen, let's just for the sake of it, let's play devil's advocate, and we'll use last year as a litmus test to see what's going on. Now, just for curiosity's sake, I figured out that between new characters and uniforms, we've gotten 45 upgrades this year. Obviously, the year's not over, so there's more to come. Last year, with all of the characters and uniforms and blah, 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 it was 62. So by my math, MFF has a long way to catch up, or we're just getting less content this year than we got last year, and that might make people feel a certain type of way as well. So anywho, let's just kick it off. Apocalypse is shit. Beta Ray Bill is good. Black Swan, I think, is pretty good. I think Ultraman, I think this guy here, Anti-Man, is kind of shit. Doom's kind of shit. Deadpool's good. Echo is kind of shit. I'm not really going to rank these characters in terms of where they are on the shit meter or on the good meter. We're just going to go good or shit. Exodus is shit. Franklin is shit. Gladiator's good. Gwenpool's good. Havoc's pretty shit. Ebony's pretty shit. Hulk is good. Hulkbuster's shit. Hope is probably pretty good. Angel is probably like the definition of on the cusp. I'd say Angel's shit. Dakin is shit. Human Torch is pretty good. Icon is shit. Invisible Woman is good. Iron Man is good. Madeline's good. Mr. Fantastic is shit. We got Mystique this year. Mystique is shit. Psylocke is good. Quicksilver's like the quintessential, actually. He's like he rides the good or shit balancing board. But I'll just say he's shit. Rachel's shit. Rescue is shit. I didn't even make a video about her. Ronan's good. He's a good support. Satana's a good support. So, obviously, she's good. Scarlet Witch. Sentry's obviously God. Yeah, he's really good. Silver Surfer's really good. Thanos shit. Thanos is good. Thor is... sorry, not Thor. Thing is shit. Thor was good, but it's like an Iron Man situation. But yeah, okay, Thor was good. Valeria's shit. Victorious is shit. War Machine was shit. Homelander was shit. Wolverine was good. X-23 was shit. And Yondu was good. All right, so by the litmus test, or like by the just visuals here, by seeing that there's the same number of characters in each row, you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you have 21 good characters this year so far. And you have at least 21, 22, 23, 24. So, again, some people would argue here, but it's close to 50-50. Right now, I'm a little bit on the shit side of things. So, more than 50% of the characters this year are shit compared to last year. Or, sorry, compared to the characters that are good. Which is really bad, right? Like, if every update, half the characters you're releasing are just considered shit or close to shit, like, how many characters are realistically going to move off of this list? Okay, some people will be like, oh, Quicksilver's not actually shit. Like, he's useful for certain things, blah, blah, blah. Okay, sure. Who else could you realistically move off this list? Maybe Doom? Maybe. And maybe Mr. Fantastic? It's a very, it's still very close to 50-50. But let's see, sure. Let's see last year. Let's see where we land on the good and shit meter. And again, these characters don't have the benefit of being newly released. These characters are a year plus old. And remember that 2023 started off with an absolute dog-ass update with the Warriors of the Sky. That was tremendously bad content. And yet, somehow, we're still here. Now, I'm not going to rank, you know what? I will rank, just for fairness, not fairness, but like, just to stack this in favor of 2024, playing like Giga Devil's Advocate, we're going to rank both of the Miles Morales uniforms. This one was shit tier. Actually, no, we shouldn't rank them both, because then it benefits the shit tier. Okay, because it canceled them out. Miles Morales was good this year. These two were shit. Yeah, Miles did get 2 uniforms. It's kind of awkward. Let's see here. At the time, obviously, it still is. You know, he's good. Adam Warlock is good. Angelo's good. Ant-Man is shit. Shit then, shit now. Arachnite is shit. Black Panther now is shit. He was good then. I'd say he deserves to be in good tier. Cable's obviously amazing. Captain Marvel's pretty good. Cassie is shit. Dr. Octopus is very good. Doctor Strange is good, yeah. Voodoo is good, but we got to put him in the shit tier here. Domino's shit tier as well. Those are, again, useful for like over Otherworld battle and Conquest is not good enough. Enchantress is good. She's a support. Gamora is good. Ghost Rider is obviously god tier. Green Goblin is still good. Groot is shit. Hela is good. Kahori is shit. Miss Marvel is shit. Kang is barely hanging on. Kitty is shit. Kraven is shit, even though he's a support. Loki riding the cusp here, but I guess he's good. Obviously, Luna's god tier, beyond god tier. Malekith is shit. Man-Thing is shit. Mantis is shit. MODOK is shit. Mysterio's good. Again, Nebula was good until Hope came around. So, but no, she's shit because she got like 1 month. Nick Fury is good as a support. Odin is good. Omega Red is shit. Obviously, Coulson's amazing support. Professor X is shit. He's shit. Rocket Raccoon. Rogue is still good as a support type. Sabretooth is shit. Chasm is a support type. I still think he's kind of shit. It's kind of 50-50. Sharon's obviously amazing. Shuri's good too. Sin is obviously amazing. Sister Grimm is shit. Spectrum is shit. Spider-Gwen is good. Spider-Man is still good, although he's on the cusp. 2099 was shit. Spider-Woman was shit. Spot is shit. Squirrel Girl is shit. Star-Lord is on the cusp. I think he's kind of shit. I would say he's kind of shit. Strife is, again, on the cusp. I'd say he's shit. Sylvie's obviously shit. This Thanos is still good. Wasp is obviously still good. Wenwu is shit. And then this Wolverine actually is still good. So, interestingly enough, it actually still favors the shit tier. And this one is, it's still very, very close. But we have just under 30. We have 29 good, and we have 32 shit. Yeah. And I was not being generous at all. I was being, like, super harsh. You know, a lot of these characters, right, in the shit tier here. Like, this matches what we've had this year. But keep in mind, a lot of these characters from last year, like if we were rating this at the end of the year, Nebula would go up, and Strife would go up for sure, and Star-Lord would go up, right? Because we didn't have new tier 4 since then. So right away, that rebalances this, and now the good is ahead. So what this basically tells me, there's 2 things that this tells me. One, it tells me that I think the character balancing was better last year than this year. But there is a caveat. Last year, there's two caveats. Last year, they didn't have as many native tier 2s. If you take a look here at the number of native tier 2s that they had, there weren't that many getting reworks, right? And that's kind of important, right? They didn't flop that hard with the native reworks. So if we take a look at the natives that are in the good category, we have Thanos, seasonal. Cable, Adam, Wolverine, Odin, Ghost Rider seasonal, Doctor Strange, and then Kang. All of those. For the most part, they did a pretty good job. Now, keep in mind that they rebalanced 3 of these characters. So that's another thing to keep in mind. They rebalanced Odin, they rebalanced Thanos, and they rebalanced Kang. That's probably why we're looking favorably on this year, on 2023, because otherwise some of these characters might be down here. Now, sure, there are some native tier 2s, native tier 3s that they didn't balance so well, but much fewer, right? It's actually just Strife. Yeah. The only native tier 2 that is not looked upon favorably from 2023 is Strife. That's crazy. They nailed, they kind of hit it. Even if you want to say Doctor Strange is shit, okay, sure, whatever. We'll drag him down here. But the rest of them, right? And then we look here, 1 native, 2 native, 3 natives, 4 natives, 5 natives. 5 natives that they shit the bed on, right? Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're good. 9 when we go with Scarlet Witch here. And, and Madeline, I guess. So some people would say that Madeline's not good. But there's definitely, like, more of a focus on natives, right? There's more natives this year than there were last year. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8 last year. And then here we already have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 right here, and then 12, 14, 15. So yeah, they've already well exceeded. We have like 50% more native characters getting reworked this year compared to last year. I'm not even going to include Havoc, but technically he deserves to be here. But as you can see, even though we have more natives, we have a lot more shit, right? We got 10 good ones, but we got 6 bad ones. Like, that's way too close. You know, that's way, way, way too close. Look at this. We have, 6 to 2, right? So it's triple. So triple here would be 3, which means, or 4, right? 4 or 3, which means you got to drag a couple of these characters up. You got to rework Apocalypse. You got to rework Doom. If they rework Apocalypse and Doom, this starts to look a lot more normal. You got 12 good ones and 4 bad ones. That's in line, right? It's about 1 to 3. Right, for every 3 good native tier 2s, they make 1 bad one. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. But this is not acceptable. What we have right now is not acceptable. There's so many bad characters this year, and in particular, right, there's so many bad native tier 2s, and that's just crazy. So I think it's pretty eye-opening. I think it's interesting to see that last year they didn't focus as much on native tier 2s as this year. The other thing to look at is supports. I think last year we had more supports than this year. So if we rebalance for just the support type characters, you can see that there are about 18 support characters from last year, from 2023. But what I also want to focus on now that I've realized it by doing it is there's only 1 tier 4. There's only 1 tier 4 support character in the 2023 calendar year. Everybody else is tier 3 only or translated only. Hell is the only one, and a lot of people would argue she's not really a true traditional support. Compare that to this year. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the support characters, they decided to tier 4 them. Now, you can argue this is because they went into World Boss Legend Plus, and they're talking about we need supports for World Boss Legend Plus, sure. And there are a couple more characters, like technically Rachel, technically Invisible Woman, have like support buffs to certain types of allies, sure. But if we just take like the total supports here, right? You have 13, which is less here by a fact. It's only missing about 5, but we only have about two updates left in the year. So are we going to get 5 supports in the next 2 updates? Probably not. So this year probably has fewer supports than last year, and there's more tier 4 supports, which are generally seen as unfavorable or disliked, because when they have a support ability, they're not balanced for being useful outside of their support. And so if you look at the 6 here, I actually put 5 of them, Ebony, War Machine, Mystique, Angel, and Echo. I put those 5 actually in the shit tier. So it's no surprise here when you focus on native, like, what was the decision making from the devs? If you take a look at it from this lens now, it starts to really piss me off. They decided in 2024, we're going to release more native tier 2, tier 4s. It's like, okay, that's fine, right? But then simultaneously they decided, you know what? We need more tier 4 supports. So then they decided to release a bunch of native tier 2, tier 4 supports. And that's quite possibly the stupidest decision possible, right? 3 of the 6 support characters are native tier 2. Why would you guys do that? The risk you're taking where they're, sorry, not 3, 2. The risk you're taking here is crazy. Deciding in a year to make so many supports and make so many tier 2, tier 4s, it boggles my mind, right? So basically what I'm saying is, like, they should have focused on making the tier 4s good as tier 4s, and then they should have shifted the support abilities onto other characters. Or they should have just spent longer balancing those supports. right? Those tier 4 supports, because Beta Ray Bill is good, but holy is Ebony bad, right? So yeah, it becomes a lot more eye-opening that they just made really bad decisions. They've kind of planned ahead poorly. A lot of the blame can also be put on whoever is at Marvel, because remember, I'm not saying that it's Dakota's fault, okay, specifically, but remember Dakota was there in the anniversary live stream with 3RL, and Dakota was saying, you know, we're here at Marvel, we have a team or whatever, we have somebody working with Marvel Future Fight and Netmarble and sort of like checking things. Now, I'm not saying that Marvel is responsible for character balancing and that sort of thing. They're obviously not. But at the same time, the person at Marvel has power, has influence, has, you know, a voice at the table. They could and they should see this and say, you know, hey guys, if you're planning to make all these like big upgrade characters and you're also planning to release like supports, you got to be careful, because you know, the balancing is a lot trickier with support characters that are also at the highest level, aka tier 4. And you don't want to release shitty characters that the players are just going to be upset about or ignore or whatever. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So yeah, I think it's just poor planning on their part. They need to realize that support tier 4s need to have their stats and their abilities cranked up a little bit higher, because they're not good enough. Like, Ebony's so bad, bro. Ebony's so bad. You know, Beta Ray Bill is the only one they got right. Even when you include the native tier 1, tier 4 support, they're just not good. They're just not good. They're not good. So yeah, that's what I think was their biggest problem. I think that's the kind of the conclusion I'm happy with, to sort of explain things. I think if you take away that mistake this year, I think this update, this year so far, would have been much more well received, all things considered. Do they still have to buff Apocalypse and Doom? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I also think they need to recognize that they're not balancing support characters properly, and they have to be careful when they release tier 4 supports, because tier 4ing a character just for support is not... We're not there yet. We're not there yet as a game. Anywho, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.